All right, now begins our discussion debate. Everything is the same except for we're going to do 20 minutes of questions this time. We'll start with Chris and his opening statement. How's everyone doing? First, I'd like to say thank you for your support. I'm glad to see so many people came out to the debate. I'm glad to see so many people came out to the debates. Ever since I can remember, I've always had a passion for service to others. And I feel that this passion for service to others is solid, growing up in a family of 8. I feel like this passion can be transferred into my commitment to serving Loyola. A couple of my key platform points. First, I'd like to talk about sustainability. Sustainability is an issue that is obviously prevalent in Loyola. As we've seen this past semester actually, with the release of the college sustainability report card, Loyola received a D grade. That is an abysmal grade. That's an embarrassment for the university. What I would like to say about that is our students can't stand for that. The administration immediately took action, but what really is going to matter is what the students decide to do. Now, sustainability is not only an environmental issue. I don't plan to make every student at Loyola an environmentalist. What I do believe in is that every student at Loyola wants to make Loyola a better university. And a more sustainable Loyola means a better Loyola. What I mean is that sustainability is something that shows the prestige of universities. Institutions such as Harvard, Yale, Stanford, Dartmouth, they have excellent sustainability programs. Why can't Loyola be with them? Loyola should be with them. Going along with this, I'd like to see much more transparency in the student government. Right now, I feel like a lot of students think that the student government, they don't exactly know what the student government does. And that's quite depressing. Because the student government right now, as it stands, is an extremely powerful student government in comparison to other Jesuit institutions and other institutions in the country. Actually, in the past few weeks, Florida State University, a university of 40,000 students, came to see how our student government operates. That should be exciting to students. But if they do not know what the student government does, that can also be frightening. So I want to make the student government as transparent as possible, so students know what is going on within the student government, and the student voice is heard. Thank you.
Thank you everybody for coming out. This means the world to us, to everybody at student government, and everybody at student body that you're here actively trying to learn more about your campus and what you can do for it. This is amazing that we have so many people here. Last year it wasn't such a big turnout, and this is great. Anyway, my name is Maria Rossi. I am running for Vice President for student government. I believe that the biggest issue with student government this year is that we were not more of a presence in every student's life. I think that student government needs to be more available to the students. It is for the students, by the students. I think that we need to open up our Senate meetings. We need to have more publicity for our Senate meetings. We have more students coming to our Senate meetings, being constituents, giving us their issues, their concerns, giving us feedback on what we've done in the past. Likewise, I want to publicize our SGA website. That website is very vital to the students. I think that it contains really important documents, such as our Constitution, which a lot of students have never even heard of or seen. Likewise, I also want to just be as open as possible through the senators to the students, to their concerns. I want our senators who meet every Tuesday at 5. I want them to be able to report back every week and say, what constituents they talk to, what concerns they managed to gather, and how we can go about bringing action to these ideas. And I also want to give more feedback to the students who give us our concerns. It's such an issue that we have students who come up to us, if it's in the hallway, or even if it's, submitting an email to our SGA they'll give us a concern and we will maybe deal with it, but we'll give them feedback. We don't tell them what action has been taken immediately. Because the biggest issue with SGA. For me, SGA needs to be the representative voice of the student body in all aspects. I don't believe that we should tell the students what to focus on. I think that sustainability is great, but for me, I want the students to tell us what they want to focus on next year. I don't want to impose what I believe. I believe financial aid is important, safety is great. But whatever the students want to focus on is what SGA will focus on next year. Beyond that, I just want to say that my objective is for SGA to be as open as possible to every single student, like I said. I really think that student government can be a governing force for the students to be open to the university. I think student government can bring well together as a community. Thank you.
My name is Michael Jackson. I'm a music industry studies major. My first question will go to Chris. I know you run a big sustainability platform. One of my main questions for you is, what sustainability projects have you been working on? I know SGA has the sustainability garden. Have you been a part of that? Have you helped that grow or in any type of aspect?
I'm glad you brought that up. There's a couple of sustainability projects that may, not necessarily with the sustainability garden, but most certainly through providing an outlet for students to provide sustainability projects. For instance, this past semester, as Ashley was explaining earlier, the biodiesel project within the chemistry department, I sat on the committee that gave 105 million chemistry students the grant to start the biodiesel project. Not only that, but I've been in talks with the sustainability coordinator from Santa Clara University, the Josh Daly from our university, and other various students who are really committed to creating a more sustainable Loyola. We've started coming up with great ideas that we want to push for, even if I don't become vice president, that we want to push for as students. Thank you.